Good afternoon, or what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 9th of April, Easter Sunday, and I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And if not something to unbox, then there's something to continue unbagging, which is a scenario for Dungeons & Dragons, which I will get out. It is called OS2, The Heart of Chentoufi. Now, recently I did an unboxing of another scenario, The Cord of the Eye of Chentoufi, but this is the second one in the trilogy, and these are notable. The Dungeons & Dragons scenarios for 7th and 9th levels, and they're written by Gygax, and they're part of Gygax's World of Ocarim. Okay, now of course, if you don't, of course you recognise the name Gygax. Luke Gygax is the youngest son of Gary Gygax, the co-creator of Dungeons and Dragons. So that was why I got hold of these. Oops, I'm being assaulted by cats. There we go. So that's why I got hold of these out of interest, and of course, also. Luke Gygax will actually be at UK Games Expo, which is coming up in about a month and a half. It's about 54 days away here in the UK. Of course, this will be sort of like last year when this video finally goes up. Yes, I know. So, we have Heart of Chentoufi from Trick Studios. So, the Oculus of Serembar is one of the ancient and powerful relics used centuries ago by the Idrisid Empire to grant them mastery over the elements, in a fashion not dissimilar to the Xenox of today, or so it is said. As the Empire crumbled, these powerful artifacts were lost and spread to the wilds across Ocarim. This is part 2 of a 3-part series involving the Oculus of Serembar, the first part of the larger lamentation of the Idrisid campaign. The adventurers defeated a powerful Jinn guarding the entrance to a long-forgotten secret prison carved into the rock far below the city of Chentoufi. They must gain entry and attempt to locate the Oculus, which is purported to be cached in one of the many chambers within the compound. Once they've secured the artifact, they can deliver it and receive their reward. So, there we go. That's the blurb on the back. And this is, so it says, deep below the eye cores. So this is a treasure hunt, and we have Kickstarter, list of the Kickstarter contributors on the opening page, and then we get into the fact that it's a tournament style adventure, originally written for Gary Con at 14. Now I reckon that basically the previous scenario was written for Gary Con probably 13. And you've got, I mean, what I like about it's all in nice, vibrant colour, you know, including sort of like the use of the icons for the various social media. It makes it feel friendly and accessible. We get straight into the introduction. We've got an introduction and a description of the world of Ocarim, and how tournament nights, how to run this as a tournament scenario. And this takes you back to the point that where all scenarios began for Dungeons & Dragons. They were tournament scenarios. They were adapted from the scenarios that will be run and hosted at big gaming conventions. And then we have a map of Chentoufi itself. This is really quite a nice, colourful map. I'll show you that there. And then we've got a guide to non-tournament play, so normal play around the table or online, and then it's going for the acts and events of the scenario and the background to it, as well as a synopsis there. So continuing there, before we begin with around Ocarim and describing, you know, essentially the carve, various places, notably the city of Chentoufi, and the various factions involved in the scenario. And of course the item itself, basically the MacGuffin is, if you were, the and it's actually Sinrabor. The item is, it's not the Simbara, the Simbara. That's my mistake. But I like the fact that you have in there you have basically a guide to how it's pronounced, you know, for anyone confused like me. And then various personalities involved in the scenario, the various NPCs that player characters will interact with before we start off with them in Act 1 at the prison of the Invincibles. And here we have a plan of at the prison, almost like a panopticon, but underground. And like last time, what you've got there is an indication there of YouTube symbol. Here's what you need. Here's a basic indication of the scenario. Sorry, music you should be playing right now. Here's the name of it, so you can just write that down and go to your go to your browser and play it. Or of course, you know, if you've got the PDF, there'll be a link straight through. So yeah, essentially, player characters have got to get into the prison, secure the prison before they can proceed further, deal with the warders, and delve further. And then we have a nice illustration, essentially, of an encounter for the player characters. We have the Sphinx guarding the warden's office, so you know, got to get past through those, and then nice point is essentially, okay, you can be running this, and you don't have to flip forward or flip back to the appendix for the monster stats back here. You can actually just, if you've got the PDF, you can either just click on the and that'll take you to another page, you know, separate area on theworldanvil.com where you'll find the full stats. And then eventually player characters will get into the administration and warden's office and find out further secrets, how to delve further into the dungeon, into the scenario. And then in Act 2 is into the Carve, and you've got all these tunnels further on below the prison, and deeper into the sort of like the under earth below the city of Chentoufi, with table of events, random encounters to spice up the delve, and putting on the squeeze. Difficulty of getting large creatures through the tight tunnels. Halflings no problem, humans a bit difficult. Anything larger than that, yeah, got a problem. So you might encounter, or you definitely encounter collapsed tunnels, the writhing worm. There we go. You know, it can squeeze through those tunnels before you get to Act 3, and the Darloom is a vast underground network of long tunnels and expansive caverns. Many adventurers have ventured here, but few return. So in each case, you've got a summary of the act, what's going to happen, what should happen if a plot plays out as written, and then of course you've got the details itself of further encounters beyond the Carve. And then you finally locate the Oculus of Serembar. And have one final battle before you get to the end of Part 2. And that concludes the heart of Chentoufi. But you can find full resolution maps of these to download. That's a bit annoying. That's a really odd place to put that. That's not helpful at all. But I think that's actually that is just representative. You know, that's actually saying, yeah, here are the maps. Okay, that's almost like, you know, acting as the heading page before you've got the actual maps themselves. It's not as bad as it looks, because those maps are reprinted over the page, and you've got City of Chentoufi and the environments as well included for the greater area if you are if you're sort of exploring the large area. Adventure Codex contains all the magical items which the player characters might find. Then you have things like you've got the monsters like the Agar's Pool of Slime, the Anflu Gloop, the Anathema of Serembar, more it's getting a very Middle Eastern feel to this, a very different feel to Western fantasy. It would be interesting to see what sort of player characters you would create with this. But we don't have the full book, and then you've got the warder himself at the end in the full stats. So yeah, that is the Heart of Chentoufi, a dungeon delve for 7th to 9th level characters for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, co-written by Luke Gygax and Matt Everheart. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, do please click on the like buttons down below, and of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to more unboxing in the Nook, where you'll see me out here typically with a parcel containing a book or game, or in this case a Ziploc bag containing a book or a game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing of the Nook. Be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.